The foreclosure crisis is about to sweep America. What you guys might want to know. Hey everybody, Scott Walters. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, I want to thank you for coming. If you're returning, I want to thank you for your continued support. Before we get into today's red hot topic, I'm going to politely ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Please watch to the end for my final thought. Hit the bell icon so you're notified when new videos are released. It is very important to stay close to the channel in these very tricky times. All right, folks, welcome to the channel. It's always an honor and a privilege to be with you. I hope you're all doing great. Buckle up and strap in. I got a hard-hitting, pull no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows and sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. And friends, this is the good one for you guys today. This is the million-dollar question. I've read a lot of your comments, emails, and you know, one of the things I get a lot is, Scott, I want to buy foreclosures. I don't want these big companies to beat me and get the foreclosures first. I want these foreclosures. And I've always said this. I'm going to say it today. And I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. It's too early, but trust me on this one. They are coming, and it seems to be coming pretty fast. Kind of alarming on one. Just as fast as the super bubble was artificially created, no organic growth, its reversed course is equally as fast, and the race to the bottom has started. The majority of all properties coming to market as they flood in like never seen before are going through price reductions. And that's the crazy thing. This housing market bubble was the fastest bubble ever recorded in history. Overnight appreciation to never seen before highs artificially through stimulus. And the one thing they stimulated that they shouldn't have is the U.S. housing market, because if we lose the U.S. housing market, we lose everything. And the warning signs now are, there's so many. It used to be like a scale, right? You're like, okay, crash or no crash scale. And maybe you had a lot of the rainbows and sunshine, and this happened in the last crash, trying to tell us all the reasons why it wouldn't crash. Those reasons are slowly dropping off a cliff, and all the reasons it will crash continue to grow. Now, like I've always said, every area is different. Some areas are going to behave differently than others. Some got way too euphoric, some didn't. Some will be, I've always said, I believe every single market in America will get touched in this one. Some will get touched harder, some will get touched quicker, some might rebound faster. Everybody gets touched in this one. So like I said, everybody wants to know, Scott, foreclosures. And like I said before, you're going to see, please be, if you're new, subscribe right away. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, not right now, today. I'll wait for you to come back, get subscribed. And this is why. Here's what's going to happen next. There's going to be so much clickbait. There's going to be so much clickbait, and all the big heavy hitter websites, Zillow, Redfin, Opendoor, you name it, any of these search engines are going to try to sell you foreclosure listings. You don't need that. There's only a couple things you need. First of all, we're going to do it today. We're going to jump over to Zillow's app, and I'll show you just how you can monitor foreclosures. And we're, like I said before, it's a little early in my opinion, but they are coming, so stay tuned, because I'm going to report like when I start monitoring foreclosures, and potentially going to go scoop up a couple. I already have enough property, but I'll might go scoop one up just to show you guys how to do it. But here's the thing, friends. One of the things we're going to see is a lot of clickbait trying to sell you foreclosure listings. Zillow will be promoting it. Click here for a list of foreclosures in your area. You don't need it. You don't need any of that. You only need a couple things. So let's go ahead and roll this clip really quick of Zillow on how you can filter for foreclosures, auctions, and pre-foreclosures in your area. Then we'll meet back here and wrap this one up. Let's get started. All right, the first thing we're going to do is jump on over to Zillow and open their app or website, and then simply type in your city or the city that you're interested in. And for the purpose of this video, we'll go ahead and type in a few areas that are in fact hot spots for potential foreclosures. And then we'll go ahead and move on to filtering our results. And once you have your results in, you'll jump over to the filter and go ahead and click on that. And after you do that, you will be able to filter out all kinds of different things that you're looking for, whether it's land, condo, single family, whatever the case may be. In this case, we're going to go ahead and narrow it down to foreclosures and auctions. And you can see down in the filter results, I've in fact selected those, and now it's going to go ahead and produce results only of anything in foreclosure, auction, or pre-foreclosure. And there you go. You can see it is as simple as that. Simply click those features, filter down your results, and this is the way, my friends, we're going to be able to identify foreclosures as they hit the market. So you want to play with this app, get familiar with this app, monitor your local market or any market that you're considering investing in, and this will in fact be the best way for you to get ahead of the curve and understand foreclosures, as well as staying close to the channel as I help navigate you through the best way to buy them once they start hitting the market. Now let's get back to the office and wrap this one up. So there you go, just a little sneak peek inside how you could use potentially Zillow, and all the big search engines will have those filters as well. What you want to do is just go to the areas you're interested in, your area, whatever area, start filtering for foreclosures. Like I said, you're not going to find any right now. You don't want to. Don't worry about this, because I'm going to tell you one thing. Like I said at the beginning of the show, a lot of these big heavy hitters, Wall Street and investors, they're going to be running for the exits. They're not going to be able to buy up these foreclosures. You know why? Because when you buy a foreclosure, there's a good chance it's sitting there empty. And guess what happens in a foreclosure crisis? Rents drop too. So it's not super easy to just go buy a foreclosure, put a renter in there and start cash flowing. Plus, if it's a race to the bottom, you're going to catch a falling knife. So people will be afraid, because you're not going to time the bottom. You can time the top. We've done that. We're seeing the top of the bubble get hit in reverse course. We've identified the top of a bubble. That's pretty easy. Timing the bottom isn't as easy, but you don't have to. What you need to do now is wait till the foreclosure crisis unfolds. Because when that happens, investors can't buy them all up. Let me just promise you that right now. In a foreclosure crisis, and they're going to be going bankrupt, out of business. A lot of times what happens in a foreclosure crisis, you're going to buy a foreclosure and you're going to have to hold it. It might have to remain empty. Now, you might want to live in it yourself. You're like, hey, I'm just going to buy this house and live in it. Like I said, a lot of these neighborhoods won't be looking too pretty, because there's going to be foreclosures all over the place. So you're going to move into a house that just went through a foreclosure, and other foreclosures are happening around the neighborhood. So like I said, you got to be careful what you wish for. But if you're willing to do the work and get rich in real estate, you're willing to sacrifice. I've always said I'd be willing to sacrifice, live in a shoebox temporarily to stack up some income properties. Oh yes, every time. But until you can wrap your head around that, you're not getting rich in real estate. You have to be willing to sacrifice now to benefit later. Millionaires didn't get rich just buying their primary home at the height of a bubble. They bought outside the bubble and sacrificed, made some mistakes, got some bruises along the way. I'm here to help minimize bruises, but that's the first thing I want you guys to do. Monitor your local market with one of these search engines. It's not too hard. I'll do my best to report on when I see this foreclosure crisis unfolding. Like I've said, I think by the end of the year, we're going to see it start. By this time next year, we're potentially in the throes of it. But you'll have to stay tuned, because that could be changing on a daily basis. Anything can come out of left field and just shock these markets overnight. Second thing you need is a real estate agent. Here's the thing. If you have an agent, and many agents will be in worse shape than you, that's going to be another thing we'll have to talk about on how to get a good agent, which I hopefully will be able to help you guys too, as I have a network of top-rated agents in the nation. Top-rated agents in the nation. But many of them drank the Kool-Aid too. They're going to be going through foreclosure themselves. So I always want to put a level-headed realist alongside my clients. That's what we'll be doing with you guys. That's all you need to do. Monitor the inventory. When the crisis unfolds, we're going to start looking at foreclosures. All you need is an agent. An agent can show up. The foreclosure is going to be represented by another agent for the bank. And it's just similar to writing your own, it's similar to writing an offer on a house today. It's just going to be bank owned instead of individually owned. It'll be bank owned properties represented by an agent. You'll have an agent. We'll go look at it. We'll write an offer. It is that easy. There's nothing that complicated. Now for the agent, it's complicated. You'll need to be trained on how to handle REOs. That's real estate owned properties owned by the banks. Foreclosures, it's a lot of different stuff. And the banks, believe me, they try to squeeze every dime out of these deals. It's gnarly. It is gnarly. Can't wait to report on that one. It's going to be insane. So that's it, friends. In final thoughts, I come to you as a friend, as a content creator. Somebody wants to see you not only win in real estate, win in life. Understanding when foreclosures happen, All you have to do is stay close to the channel so I can let you know about the crisis and the heavy numbers that are now we're experiencing. 2 is monitor your area with a search engine, one of these websites, and filter it down to foreclosures. 3, get an agent, boots on the ground, to go write your offers. It is that easy. 1, 2, 3. I promise you, you will get rich. You will get rich in real estate, but you're going to have to be patient and maybe even sacrifice a little bit first. If you appreciate the content, I do want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Social media links are in the description of this video if you'd like to contact me there, along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you're interested in buying or selling real estate here in America, there's an email in the description for you as well. And as always, thank you for your time today. Please go make it count. I'll see you on the next video.